Hey mamas, my name is Mindy. I am a single mom of 7 young kids, ages 3 to 14, and today I'm going to discuss depression in motherhood, what that looks like, what that might feel like, and then some things that you can do to feel better. So depression in motherhood is really looked down upon. People do not want to talk about it. I think anyone who is having suicidal idealization, who is having anxiety all the time, who's irritable, who doesn't want to get out of bed, they're really not posting that on their Facebook. They are trying to stuff it under the rug, stuff it down deep, and deal with it. But I'm here to say that stuffing your emotions doesn't work, but there's things that do work. So the first thing that I would like to recommend is to find a counselor. If you have insurance, you can flip to your back of your card and call your insurance and get a list of counselors in your area that take your insurance. What does that mean, they take your insurance? That means instead of paying $95 an hour, you might have a copay of $20, or so many visits might be included 100%. So if you're asking, Mindy, what if I don't have health insurance? Then I'm going to suggest that you call your local health and welfare and you ask, what are the income guidelines for myself and my family to apply for Medicaid? We do not currently have insurance. See what they say and go from there. If you do not have insurance, if you do not qualify for Medicaid, there's still an option. You can call your local domestic violence shelter and speak to them if they have any grants that cover counseling. And it might be really hard for you to pick up the phone and ask for help, but I am telling you, it is worth it. It is worth it. Would you do it for a friend? That's what I ask. If you're having a hard time doing it for yourself, would you pick up the phone and call for a friend? If the answer is yes, then that tells me that you are ready to learn how to be your own best friend and your own best advocate. So how do I know these things? Well, it happened to me. I had no insurance. I didn't qualify for Medicaid, but I still wanted to see a counselor. I knew that where I was going next on my journey, I could not go alone. There were skills that I did not yet have, and I really wanted to get the coping skills for life so that I could manage and keep going. So I went to my local domestic violence shelter. They had me fill out a piece of paper stating if I had ever in my whole entire life experienced domestic violence. The answer was yes. I answered all the questions that they asked. Several of them evoked anger and bad memories, but I did it, and then all my visits from then on out were covered for counseling. So if you are feeling stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, the first thing you can do is call and talk to a counselor. The second thing is if you are feeling suicidal, you've made a plan, you think your children and the world are better off without you, which they are not, then I would suggest you call your suicide hotline. There is an 800 number. Just type it into Google. It will pop up for you wherever you're living at, and you can call them, and they will give you guidance, and they will help you. There is so much suicide that is going on, and I really want to be an advocate and a voice to help mothers, especially who are overwhelmed and unhappy. The next thing you can do is also call your primary medical provider or your family doctor, whoever you see, and go and just talk to them. Talking is easy. Tell them what's going on. They may suggest some kind of antidepressant like Lexapro or Prozac or something. And what that's going to do is help you to get yourself back. You don't have to be on medication forever, but sometimes it does help. And I suggest you sitting with yourself and decide what helps for you, what is best for you and your family, and do something to help yourself. The next thing with depression is, I guarantee if you're feeling depressed in your family home life, you are doing majority of the work. So sometimes we cannot help that, right? Like I am a single mom, so I can't go and ask another adult to come help pick up the slack because there is no one else. Everything is on me. But what I can do is I can take time and invest in self-care for myself. Self-care will change anybody's world. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you have 0 kids or if you have 25 kids. if you incorporate self-care into your daily life, it will change how you feel in a really, really good way. And I'm sure I will do a whole video dedicated to self-care. So I am making this YouTube channel. I'm coming back to it. I have started one before this. This is my second YouTube channel, but this time I am not going to quit. I am going to upload one video per week for the next 90 days. So you can look forward to seeing that. Motivating other moms and sharing tips, tricks, heartaches that I've had, stories that will inspire you to keep going is my jam. I am 100% sure that I was put on this earth to motivational speak, to love people, to tell people that they are more than enough, and to give them the practical tools that they need to succeed in their daily lives. Because if your daily life sucks, your whole life sucks. You cannot focus, you can't be happy, your self-talk is probably negative, but all those things can change. And I am here for you, mamas. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing below so that I can get to 1,000 subscribers is my first goal, and 4,000 hours of people watching my videos, and that will allow me to monetize my YouTube channel, which is super important to me because I do want to transition to being a stay-at-home mom with my kids and still speaking and writing and doing all the things I love. So if anything I've said today resonates with you, I would 100% appreciate you subscribing below and leave comments and questions to any future videos you would like me to cover for you. Because my channel is called Mindy Matters, and I will discuss all of the different topics that no one else wants to discuss. So that's the positive and the negative, the good, the bad, the ugly with motherhood. I am your girl that will discuss those topics. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And as always, stay true to yourself. It's the best thing you can do for your kids, for yourself, and the world. Stay true to you.